morning, everyone. Good Lord, it looks like there's a lot of comments I've missed already. Oh, man. Wow, I was going to talk to you about the cost of living. Let me catch up real quick with everyone in the chat. First of all, it's good to see you. I didn't realize there was anybody in the chat. So, hello, Henry, and hi, Robert. Good to see you. Mr. Jim, good to see you, sir. Let's see what we got there. Good morning, Jim in the house. Jim says, okay, I've corrected myself twice and I still don't have it right. You got the journal ID. So you guys were just kind of chatting with each other then, I guess, huh? That's awesome, man. Jim says, it's been a rough day, but we will make it. I was buying a piece of property from a guy. We have not completed the deal yet. Oh, yeah, we don't want you to lose that $78.50, Jim. That's for sure. Yeah, story of our lives too, man. Awesome. Christopher says, howdy from USA, East Coast, Virginia. Myolay is obviously a troll, so we will hide them. And that is not Christopher's typical avatar. So could you guys pretty please keep an eye on his comments? Thank you very much. I wanted to talk about the cost of living because I get so many questions on it. And I thought I would go through it with you today. And we would talk about the cost of living in Bangkok. And I'll kind of rate that to the cost of living in Rayong when I was down there. Yes, Spilthos, you got here on time. Great. That's true, Jim. I'm reading some of your comments up there. Let's see. Jim says, hey, guys, I hope I don't get on your nerves doing the challenges. I just do that to try to help JC out because I know YouTube money is down. And I appreciate that very much, sir. And then hopefully teaching is a guaranteed, but you never know. Yeah, you never know over here. Guaranteed. I'll give you the news last. Good morning, Prince. How you doing, man? Oh, you're still in John 10? Cool. John, how you doing? Glad to see you guys in the chat this morning. So, what I'm going to start doing with the format, good news, I worked on StreamYard yesterday, and we should be able to get that up and running on one of the next live chats. What I'm going to start doing with the live chats themselves are I'm going to start running over the topic at the very beginning, and then I'll come back and catch your comments. Hey, Richard. And that's kind of how we'll roll with that. So to begin, let's start with rent. 9,000 baht a month rent. Okay. 9,000 baht a month rent. And I'm going to do a calculator. Also, my Facebook, I'm locked out of my Facebook for some reason. I don't know why. So if you guys try to hit me up on Facebook itself, I probably won't be able to respond, but I still have Messenger. You can still hit me up on Messenger. Richard's in the house. Let's see, 9,000 baht. Is that high? Sounds high. It's kind of high for if you were living in if I was still living in Rayong, 9,000 baht would be high, but it's not that bad. Can you convert it to USD? Yeah, just divide it by what, 3 guys? 3 or 30? I don't know. It's $300. Or is that it right now, Robert? Okay. Robert will do the conversions for you there. Speak the truth. No offense. Okay, so 9,000 baht. Then we have next, we have food. Food is going to be about roughly in the 12,000 baht range, I think. So yeah, about 12,000 baht. So 9,000 and 12,000. So we're up to 21,000 already. That's just on rent and food. Then we have gas. We're going to say my gas is about 300 baht a month. because I don't really use that much gas. What do we have next? My bike payment. Bike payment's $5,000 a month. So add $5,000 to that. That's what I use for all my transportation. Very rarely do I ride MRT, BTS, or any of that stuff. Cell phones. So my cell phones are, the Thai cells run about 2,100 about a month, and my regular American phone is $65 a month. So what does that convert into to baht? Hang on one second. I'll do the conversion real quick. 65 baht. So that's another 2,100. There, 2,100. Ooh, 2,100. Okay. Then what's after that? We have HBA. HBA is something I always throw in there because that's different from groceries. And we'll say about 2,500 baht a month for that. That's health and beauty stuff if you're wondering, like toothpaste, toothbrushes, and all that good stuff. We're getting close to the end here. The meds for my heart are about 4,400 baht a month, which is not bad considering the medication. And then I leave about 3,000 baht for other, so just like for whatever else I may need it for. And that comes to 40,400 baht. So that's my cost of living, 40,400 baht, or at the current exchange rate, that would be, one second, guys, I was trying to get with 40,000, no, 40,400, yeah, 40,400. So 40,400 would be 1,236 US dollars. 1,236. That's what I'm living for in Bangkok without doing a whole lot else. That's your basic living necessities and all of that stuff that you need on there. Roger McGee has started the PayPal, and just want to say thank you to him. And if it'll ever come up here in my email, Roger, I'll show it to everybody. Appreciate you very much for it. Let me scroll up. Let me find my mouse and scroll up. I honestly didn't realize that there would be so many of you guys in the chat when I first got in here. Here we go. Okay. Here's Roger. Roger, thank you very much for starting the stream off, brother. I appreciate it very, very much. Very much. All right, let's go up and see where I was. Yep. Princeton High, everybody's talking about. I'm trying to share. 9,000 baht is that high? I think we talked about that. So Robert did some conversions there, and I gave you an overall conversion of about $1,236, but usually it runs about 1,400 US dollars depending on the exchange rate. So let's see. My name is Prince. Says depends on the area. 9,000 baht gets a house in Rayon. Yeah, it definitely will. You can get some houses around here for 9,000 baht. You just have to know where to look. And not what 9,000 baht gets me is a studio apartment, but the building I'm in has everything you could ever ask for: pools, gyms. Thai Guy Brow, what's up? Pools, gyms, tons of security, and help with just about everything, including taxi calling and all that stuff. So it's all included. And 9,000 baht is not much, except I had to pay for the air conditioner repair the other day. That kind of kind of made me a little angry. I'm not gonna lie. Mad Max says, "Hi mate, how's it going? Had knock on the door at my hotel last night. It was the police checking on me. 4 days to go. Dave, Australia Perth. Did you change the name to Mad Max? That's funny. Is that your bike? I rent my bike. It's not my bike. I rent my bike. TH says, shout out from Missouri. What's up, Missouri? Jailer, greetings. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it very much. Yep, there's the total. So you're looking at basically a monthly total of, I'm going to say about $1,400 just for the, and Henry says 40,400, and that's in baht. Yeah. So you guys kind of understand the cost of living to live a well, what I call a normal life, but there's normal subjective. Derek, good to see you, Derek. Hey, Jeremy, good to see you back on tonight and that you survived another day. You were mentioning your bike. Would you recommend renting a bike for the month or two or using transit when I'm there? If you've never driven a bike in Bangkok traffic, I would use the MRTs and BTS systems. If you're familiar with riding motorbikes, then by all means, rent one. Phil says med insurance cost. My insurance cost is, I pay it yearly, and I think it costs me about 38 or 36,000 baht for my insurance. That's not including the insurance I have at work. That's my own AIA policy. And it's got 100%. I'm sorry, 1 million baht coverage. Covers everything: hospital room, doctors, nurses, medications. You don't have to pay for anything out of pocket. There's no copay or anything like that, and it's through AIA. So I just pay that once a year. Henry says, I spend about the same where I live here in Vancouver. And there's Rogers. Hey, well, I'm way behind. Gomer Heights says Canada and house for sure. Derek says, how realistic is that monthly cost if you were just going there for the month or two? I know monthly cost of condos are more expensive when it's not a multi-month contract. 1725 Canadian. Thanks. Ross says your building is amazing and beautiful. Yes, it is. Thank you, Ross. It depends on what you want to do when you get here, Derek. It depends on what you want to do when you get here. If you want to participate in nightlife activities and stuff like that, then you probably your cost of living is probably going to be more for a month than what my cost of living is. Let's see. Roger says, Foreigner Joe renting small house 1 block from beach for $192 a month. Kind of small. Hey, that's good for him. That's a good deal, man. That's a real good deal. Beach Barn says, do you pay into a Thai retirement account? No, I pay Thai taxes, and it goes in, and Thai Social Security, I think, is what comes out of my check. Derek says, I have been a rider for 37 years, so I'm guessing I should be okay then. Yeah, you should be okay. Derek, ever rode a bike in Thailand or Southeast Asia? Now, it is a little bit, and Gomor Hike's bringing up a good point here. It is a little bit different than riding a bike in America, because riding a bike here, the traffic rules don't so much apply, really. You have to be very, very careful, and it's extraordinarily easy. Yeah, if you've never ridden a bike in Southeast Asia and you want to come and have a good vacation, then I recommend you not ride a bike, unless you're just super confident that you've seen enough and heard enough and you know what you're doing. But it's up to you. It is way different. Robert Good, Prince says, Bangkok traffic is nuts. I rode on a motorbike taxi through traffic. Never hugged another man like that in my life. Yeah, I used to take them occasionally. The motorbikes. I used to take them out, the motorbike taxis, and I got used to it. It doesn't bother me anymore. Henry says your health insurance is from America or from a Thai insurance company. Thai. It's all Thai. Derek says no. I've only ridden in North America. Then you may want to. You definitely may want to consider using public transportation, grab car. You can ride a motorbike taxi. People make a big deal out of them, but really they are some of the best drivers. They really are. They may scare you, but it's just the norm for them. John says it's crazy to ride in BKK. Yes, it is, and he's talking about Bangkok, of course. Gomor Hike says, yeah, it took me 3 trips before I could even cross the road on foot, much less ride a motorbike. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Derek sees that MRT it is. Yeah, I would go that way if I were you. Filto says, suggestion for visitors, go for a smaller, cheaper place. I went big for about 400 US a week at LK Suites. Very nice and big, but found other than sleeping or eating, I didn't spend much time in the room. And that is a good point and a very big deal. If you're coming on vacation, there is a good chance that you're not going to be spending much time in the room. So why would you know what I'm saying? Like, why kick out all that extra money just to come over here and basically you're just going to like shower and sleep, maybe eat in your hotel room. So Filto says, so could have gone smaller for about half the price. Henry says, have you been to the new MRT site? I think it's completely looped now, I think. I rode past some of the new stuff the other day. Filter says, motorbike taxis are great, like being on a video game. Exactly. Gilmore Heights says, I mean, how can you cross the road without a crosswalk and no walk signal? What is the deal? they have crosswalks here. I don't know where, if you're talking about a certain location or whatever, but they definitely have crosswalks here in Bangkok, and people are suggested to abide by them. Gilmore says, I personally don't like motorcycle taxi. Feels very dangerous, especially when you're the only two there for 2 weeks. Mario B, good morning, Jeremy. How are you? I'm great. Hope you are. Thanks for all my moderators for being in the chat. And guys, remember, my Facebook, I can't get into it except on my computer. So I'm probably going to get myself locked out of it at some point in time. Derek says, I'm used to the streets in Havana. They are not very pedestrian friendly. Navigating on foot should be okay. Think I'll do Beach Barnes. I'm gonna don't worry about speaking with ties. Just point, use finger signs and that kind of thing. You'll be okay. Like my buddy, and get a few trips under my belt before the bike rental. Yeah, do that, Derek. Henry says Vietnam and Thailand have the highest motorbike accidents. That's true. They definitely do. John says some streets can be crossed by going over the BTS or underground MRT. Yep, that's true. Mario and B says, I see there's a push for more electric motorbikes in Bangkok. Have you seen any? I did. I actually did. I saw one that would go, I think 40 kilometer around, 40 kilometers total before it had to be recharged. And I also saw a stand up, it looked like a skateboard, but only had 2 wheels, and you stand on it and you crank it, and it's good for about 15 kilometers before it has to be charged. And it was only 15,000 baht, and I was thinking, man, if I could ride this thing back and forth to work, probably save me a lot of money. But then I'm not going to give up my bike, so no point pursuing that. Any issue of flooding where you live? I don't know, because it hasn't rained enough yet, Henry. We'll definitely discuss that at some other time. Okay, let me go over some of the news. This is from the Pattaya News. Let me read let me read these comments first. Have you rode the Not to my knowledge, Beach Barnes. Robert says nothing scarier than riding with the woman taxi driver I had. First time I ever seen someone beat the traffic by going the wrong way down the street fast. It happens. Definitely happens. Filtho says about taxis and not speaking Thai, carry a business card for your hotel on you and Google the place where you want to go on your phone. Show either to the driver and you should be good to go. That's 100% correct. Definitely the GPS for sure. I do that many times when I go to Pattaya because I don't drive my bike to Pattaya anymore. So, good point. Okay, so first highlight for today is Ministry of Interior tells provincial governors to stomp out Songkran gatherings, even small ones. They don't want you gathering at all for Songkran over here. Apparently, we're having a drought because Satahip and Chonburi officials meet to discuss solutions for severe water supply issues in that area. Their new checkpoint areas determined for Pattaya will be in place by Tuesday of next week. So apparently, they're really, really being very strict about shutting that down. Thailand to have strict quarantine procedures for all Thai nationals returning from overseas. So that means if they're coming back from overseas, they'll have to be strictly quarantined, I guess. Pattaya police began a renewed crackdown on people gathering on beaches and beach walkways against the emergency decree. And it shows a picture of them with a big drone. So I guess they're looking down from you from above. In Central Pattaya, there'll be no more checkpoints. The Grand Bella Hotel is testing at-risk patients. And looks like they only had 50 cases yesterday, which is good, very good. And Royal Thai Police gives stern warning against storing water even at home for Songkran. So they don't want you throwing any kind of water for any reason. Songkran is a water festival, in case you guys didn't know, and they don't want you throwing any water at all. Okay, let me catch up. David, good to see you, David. Hi, Jeremy. Franks get done for no helmet, but when a bike comes along with 5 ties on it, young kids all with no helmets, they get a free pass. I'm not going to comment on that. Steve Sandman, hello. Hello to you, Steve. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Filtho says, he's talking to David, he says, consider that a paradise tax. Yeah, that's what I do. I try not to call it like a, something really bad, like a scam or something like that. I usually don't say stuff like that anymore, but I try to call it just a paradise tax. It's the price I pay for living over here. And it is what it is. It's not a big deal, really. So, when you get used to it. When are you getting a cat? You need a house pet. I do. I would love to have a house pet, but I can't have any here. That's a good question, Good Mike. I would love to have one, but can't do it. And I don't really. I'm not a cat person, so I would probably get like a puppy or something. But training a puppy while you have to work right now would be the ideal time to get a puppy. I can't do it, but it would be the ideal time because I'm at home all the time and I could train the puppy. Some of these companies send me some weird stuff. So sorry guys if I can't get you on Facebook. There's nothing I can do about it. Messenger's still working as far as I know. Just to be totally honest with you, I want to look at Messenger and make sure it's up. It is. So, but there's nothing I can do to get onto my Facebook channel from my phone. I can get to it on my laptop, but that's because they did an update last night. It logged me out, and I have no idea what my password is. And I used a very old, outdated email for the Facebook page for security purposes, and I can't get into that email either. So, on me. Let's see. Filtho says, get a lizard and just say it wandered in. I'll take care of Peter too. That's pretty good. I'm not sure how I'd feel about a lizard crawling around here. That'd be a little bit weird. Maybe a hamster or something like that. Mad Max, hi mate, thanks again. Have ring my wife in Thailand, so keep in touch. Love your show. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Max, that's not a knife. This is a knife. I don't know what you're talking about. Go more hike. I'm so sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't see. Jim, are you still here? What, and Richard, are you guys still in the house or what? Jet says, just got here. What's word on let up of quarantine? Flights from USA allowed in? None of that stuff. No let up yet. And no flights allowed in yet, for sure. Oh, because he's from Australia. I see. It's a movie. Gotcha. You guys have to keep me educated because sometimes my brain just wears out and it doesn't work. Derek says, I am looking to tour around when I'm there. Lots changed between then and now, but I'm thinking Bangkok, Pattaya, Chiang Mai, and Hua Hin. Should I set up home base and travel a week at a time? Not a bad idea, for sure. Definitely not a bad idea. But you don't need to. I would start in the north and come south. I would start in Chiang Mai. Then I would go down to Hua Hin. I would come down to Bangkok from Chiang Mai, come down to Bangkok, and then go over to Hua Hin, and then take the ferry to Pattaya. And then when you're done in Pattaya, you'll just take a taxi back to the airport in Bangkok. That's exactly how I would do it. Robert says, Crocodile Dundee. Oh, I love that movie. David Humphrey says, 4:20 a.m. time for bed. I decided to not work for now. Stay at home. Have fun, everyone. Take care. Yeah, David, you stay safe, bro. Take care, man. Derek C says, suggestion. I think I just gave them to you. Go More High says, I'm about ready for a Crocodile Dundee remake. That would be awesome. Roger says, no flights yet. If there was, I'd be on it. I hear you, Roger. Jet says, thanks, Roger. I'll probably be furloughed. Be a bummer if I can't travel anywhere overseas. That's always a bummer. Can you buy? No, you can't. I think they've released some medical stuff you can do with that. But you can't buy it over here. And the stuff associated with it is completely illegal. Just for like the record, in case you were wondering. And I have to delete your message, not because you said anything wrong. I don't care what you say, but YouTube doesn't like talking about certain subjects. So those messages get deleted very quickly. You guys that enjoy the content that comes from this channel, please hit the thumbs up button and give me a like. I would greatly appreciate it. The live stream that we did yesterday finally did pretty well on views, and I'm very glad. Filtho says prescription free. Yeah. I hadn't heard about the first part of that. I hadn't heard that at all. But it's very interesting comment, to say the least. So anyway, what's going on, guys? What's your Thailand questions? What's your traveling questions? Yeah, I hadn't heard that either. Go more height about the OX stuff. I hadn't heard that at all. Scott, say away. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Travel TV, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it very much, guys. Talking about the cost of living over here, and just to kind of catch you up, we rounded up my cost of living to It came out to a little over $1,200 USD, but really it's about $1,400 USD because the fluctuation in exchange rates. So, Scott's eating dinner. Ooh, I'm gonna get me some breakfast too. Filtho says I've got chronic diabetic foot pain, so tested that water while I was there. Very interesting. Very interesting. Gilmore Heights says I got prescription sleep aid and went to pharmacy last time there. My original pill bottle, they said I had to go to the hospital to get it. Yeah, sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you can find stuff at pharmacies. It just depends. Jim says, "Hey guys, I'm back. I had to step away for a few minutes. Jeremy, where we at on PayPal?" Roger has been the only contributor. $25, Jim. And we appreciate Roger's contribution very much. Ross says, Integrity Legal just posted about no need for 90-day check-in until the end of April. Yes, he did. I saw that video right before I started the live stream. So no worries. I just did my 90-day check-in, so I'm good to go anyway till July. Addie, what's up, Addie? Converted my 40 audiobooks into MP3s. Send off to website company soon. Goal is still move to John TN end of the year. Good for you, man. Derek says, thanks for these suggestions. Jeremy, how long do you think a reasonable stay would be in each spot? Obviously, Bangkok and Pattaya, you'd want more than a week. Yeah. So, tell me how long you're coming, Derek, and I'll tell you. I'll give you a better estimate. I know you said it earlier, but I can't remember how long you said. Tell me how long your total trip will be. Oh, there it is. I usually go somewhere for a month or so to hang out, learn the culture. Okay. So, I'd spend about 5 days in Chiang Mai. I'd spend about a week in Bangkok. Well, maybe 10 days in Bangkok. And then you want to go to Hua Hin. Hua Hin, I'd spend probably 3 days in Hua Hin, 3 or 4. And then you could go to Pattaya and spend the rest of your vacation. Or you could, if you get there, and because it does, you will suffer Pattaya burnout quickly, believe it or not. So if you decide you want to go somewhere else and check it out, then you'll still have leftover time to do that. That would be my general suggestion. And of course, people are going to disagree with me, but that's just me. I'm just going to call you Agral because I can't pronounce your first name. Hello, love your videos, very informative and helpful. I am myself looking to live in Thailand a couple of years. Well, awesome, man. Hopefully you have found the right channel. And a lot of people that come in this channel live in Thailand, including myself. So I'm very glad you dropped by. I appreciate it. Gomart says Integrity Legal has been releasing a video about every 90 minutes. Yes, they have. Ross says he's going to do his check-in next week. That's good. You don't have to. Derek says I usually go somewhere. I read that. Gomore Heights says about time for Ross around to release a new video. Derek says I will likely be a month or a month and a half. Yeah, but follow what I said. Add a couple days on each one. If you're going to be a month and a half, you should be good. Jim says, okay, well, I will go off of Roger's contribution to the channel and make my challenge for that. Awesome. What is your challenge, Jim Pell? Very interested to hear it. Ross says, if you want to hang out in one place and chill, go to Krabi or Koh Samui. Those are 2 places I've never been, but I trust Ross because I hear a lot of good things about them. Jailer says, why do you get burned out in Pattaya? I got a whole series of videos on that, Jailer. Go to my Pattaya playlist and just watch those videos. I don't mean to cut you short, but there are so many things that you'll just get burnt out on. I mean, trust me, you will. John says Bangkok gets very mixed opinions. Some people hate it after a day, others can't get enough. It really depends on if you can put up with the smog and all the people, because this is a huge city. I mean, it's not huge in terms of landmass; it's huge in terms of populace. Like the population is enormous here. Go More Hike says, I personally didn't like Samui. You're the first person I've ever heard say that. Hey, Frank, how you doing? Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well, you and your family. Go More Hike says, New York in the house for sure. Addie says that Jailer Pattaya is addictive, fun. Have to learn how to manage life better. That's true. Ross says, it is about time I should, but got nothing to record 10 minutes on. SR says, is this a 24-hour stream? No, it's not. John says, Samui and Krabi, Onang are nice and chill. I've heard about that other place. I'd like to go there at some point in time. Jim says, Go More Hike, I'm passing the throne to you tonight because I unfortunately have to leave out early. But here's the deal. Every time you can get 4 more people to match Roger's contribution, I will match. Okay? So 4 $25 contributions. That's what you're saying, Jim. I think I got you, bro. Go More Hike says, Jim, okay. Jim says his contribution, you will have to let me know how much I owe when we start our live chat tomorrow night. Cool. Thanks, Jim. Somebody throw up a PayPal link just in case. I want to see something real quick, guys. Hang on 1 second. Somebody go to, you know how to go to the 3 dots. This SR who says how to donate. We don't donate, we contribute. Go to his, click the 3 icons and go to his channel and see if it's even it's even a channel, because I don't want any crap going on in here. Let's see. Addie says Korea is better than Samui, in my humble opinion. Travel TV says, I'm not a big fan of Pattaya. I don't blame you. I know plenty of people that are not a big fan of Pattaya. I like going there just because I met people there. Ross says, Addie, agree. Krabi is my favorite place to visit in Thailand, or Krabi, I should say. Travel TV says, I would go to Onang over Krabi. Cool. Javer says, interesting. Thanks, Eddie John. Derek C. Any particular areas of Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Pattaya, Hua Hin that you suggest stay close to the action, etc.? Hua Hin's pretty simple. Just get out on the main road there where all the markets are, and stay there. Pretty much anywhere, guest house, hotel, whatever. I did a hotel review on where I stayed in Hua Hin. The video's on the channel. You can go watch it. I haven't finished all my I haven't finished all my editing from all those videos yet. So let's see. Pattaya, you stay in the LK metro area, around it, just outside of it, maybe in it, but or you can stay closer to Beach Road if you want to. A little less noisy down there in Pattaya. Bangkok, it just depends on where you want to go. Chiang Mai, I don't know. I've never been. Filtho says that Addie John definitely agree on Pattaya, a good place to lose your soul. That's true. Know your limits. Financial, moral, even musical. Better like country road before you go and stick them hard. That's so true. And I talk about that a lot in a lot of my Pattaya video or Pattaya videos. How important it is to know your limits, specifically financially and morally, before you go down there. There's the PayPal link for anybody that was asking. Thank you, Go More Hike. Jim says the best way to contribute to the channel is PayPal, and I will go to the PayPal, and somebody just contributed a whole bunch of money, and I just saw the money. I didn't see who it was. Hang on a second. It'll pop up. There it is. Oh, that's my man, Jailer. Jailer, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. There's 30. Thank you, bro. I really, 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 really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thanks so much, man. It's a great time to contribute with everybody being down here, but we talked about contributions, where they go, and what I do with them. And if anybody has any questions about that, you can always ask. I don't mind explaining it. John says Samui is great for higher end vacations and as a departure point for Koh Tao and Koh something. I don't know what that means. James says, random question. Do you hear your neighbors at all? Just curious about the construction of apartments there compared to the U.S. I have never heard one of my neighbors except when they bring their kids with them. That's the only time I've heard my neighbors at all. I never hear anything from inside the apartment. And when I say never, I mean never. It's very quiet here. Addie says that Philthos will be managing life better this time when I move back to Jomtien. Tim says the best way PayPal is basically PayPal takes 3%, Super Chat takes 30%. Also, PayPal funds are available immediately for the channel. Sigma Froggy, hi, do you live in Bangkok? Yes, I do. Where? I live in the fairly close to the Pink Cloud district. Not sure why you would ask me where, but you just never know when people ask you where you live, why they're asking where you live. Travel TV says, I would do Cham over Waihan. I stopped through Cham, but I didn't really see a lot there. I shot a video while I was there, but I didn't really see a lot. Maybe I didn't know where to look. That's a possibility. Ross says, it's the things you can see and do with Mother Nature that makes Krabi the best place to visit. I gotcha. John says, Koh Phangan, I think, is the full moon party place. Oh, that sounds very interesting. Eddie says you can do day tours of national parks from Krabi. Even see James. Yeah. The answer to the person that just sent me that message is yes, I did. Basically, the Jim did his thing of putting out a challenge about to get 4 $25 PayPals, and he would match it on I think he said tomorrow's chat. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Eddie says you can do day tours of national parks from Krabi, even see James Bond Island, Man with the Golden Gun movie. That's awesome. Jeff says you're welcome. Thank you again. I very, very, very much I appreciate that. Derek says Jomtien, far from Pattaya. I'm assuming about a 10-minute drive. That is correct. About 10 minutes. Eddie says been to full moon party on Hardin Beach in 2005. It's crazy fun dancing. I would love to go to one of these full moon parties. I would be very interesting. Sigma says, I've been to Bangkok many times. I love it. Phra Arthit is my favorite area. I am not familiar with that area, but I'll look it up on Google Maps afterwards. Go More Hike says, how's dating going? Anybody online dating during lockdown? I'm not online dating during lockdown. I have SR says was thinking about donating, but I honestly don't understand your reaction to me donating. I've done nothing wrong. I didn't say you did anything wrong. I didn't say you haven't done anything wrong. I never said that. I said you're a new person in the chat room. So when new people come into the chat room, okay, and one of their first questions is, how do I contribute? How do I do this? The first thing that my moderators are going to do are click the little 3 dots on the side and check and see if your channel's legit. We do that to keep trolls out of here. I'm not saying you are one at all, but we do that to keep a clean chat. That's the purpose for that. So that was my reaction. If that keeps you from contributing, so be it. If not, that's great. But my reaction would have been the same if you were anybody new to the chat. So I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings or made you mad. Certainly didn't intend that. Now, go more hike about the dating. Yeah, I was right now about the only dating I'm doing is talking on the phone to the same girl again, and we're gonna see if when her area comes off of lockdown, we're gonna see if we can get her to Bangkok and go from there. I'm not doing any online dating. A lot of people are right now, and they're meeting up and everything else, but it's just not good, man. It's not good to do it. It's just not good. Not good. It's not good because of the social distancing practice. Addie says, John 10 is 10 minutes from Patia. It's quieter. Derek C says, thanks. Gomorrah says, it's all good. Jim says, okay, guys, just so we have it straight, every time that $100 is contributed tonight, I'm going to match Roger's initial contribution of $25. I have to run or I would do it tonight. We understand, Jim. Go get them. Make me pay tomorrow night. LOL. I love it. It's fun. And Jim's got his little challenges going, so that's cool. Let's see. Mr. SR says, okay, fair enough, guys. That's cool. Good. I'm glad you're not upset. Certainly didn't mean to do that. Sigma says, Fra Arthit is where Grand Palace is. You cross the big bridge to go to Pinklau, and Kosan Road is there. Oh, well, I've been through there then, because Pinklau is not too far from where I actually live. I don't know the actual district of where I live, but it's close to Pinklau, and I'm about, I think, like 20 minutes or so on a motorbike from Khaosan Road. So if that gives you any sense of where I'm at, the only way for me to describe where I'm at is to give you my actual address, and of course I can't do that on YouTube. But that's interesting to know, Sigma. So thank you. All that information goes right here, and I remember it when it comes time to travel. Go More Hike says, I'm a millennial. I know all about the raves and the glow sticks. Go More Hike says, YouTube must have changed their stuff. The 3 dots. I don't have a go-to channel option, just to report, remove, etc. That's okay. Roger says, online dating is getting frustrating. Waited almost a year, ready to fly. And yeah, the thing showed up. I understand. Motorbikes and trikes. Mr. Jeremy, can anyone get a haircut in Bangkok? No, you cannot get a haircut in Bangkok. Look at this. This is like 5 weeks worth of no haircut, or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. It's a mess. It's just a mess. I don't know why Scott said sorry, Roger, but that's okay. He's saying sorry about his predicament. I understand. Robert says, yes, they changed it. Okay, no worries. Go More Hike motorbikes. Yeah, but I think the hair salons are closed. Yeah, the hair salons are closed. All that stuff's closed down. They won't let you contact people. Frankly, I'm surprised they still have food vendors on the streets, to be honest with you. That's definitely a new one for me. And I haven't heard anything different. No haircuts, no massages. That's true. You can't do anything really that causes somebody to be within 6 feet of you, or 1.5 meters. Got to eat. Yeah, got to eat. But it really gets challenging when you sit around here and think about it, because I'm not big on cooking. And like, I'll go down after this live stream's over. I'm trying to figure my Facebook out, but directly after this live stream, I'm going to go order something online to be brought to the apartment. And there's this little grocery store around the corner I'll be going to. Scott says, I have my girlfriend stuck on a farm in Leyte lockdown. Oh my gosh. Well, at least you know she's not going anywhere if she's out in Leyte. That's for sure. That's a very remote place. Jim says, "Sir, the longer that you are a member of this channel, you understand." Oh, he's talking about to SR. He said, "The longer that you are a member of this channel, you understand how close that we are in here, and we are just very protective of the channel. That being said, welcome." Exactly. Exactly. You said that very well, Jim. Gomer High said, "So it's like being married." Well, yeah, it's right now my relationship is just a phone call relationship. It's going to be a while, and hopefully everything works out for the best. I hope so. Filtho says, "Can't be, not don't want to be." Sigma says, "Thai street food is good. Also, the best papaya, pineapple you will find. Definitely, the pineapples are great. Love the papaya. The street food around here in Bangkok is wonderful, wonderful. They have good street food in every city, really. But to be honest with you, it's pretty good here in Bangkok. I enjoy it, and I hope the people around me enjoy it when they come, because the street food here, if you don't eat street food when you come to Thailand, you've kind of missed some of the, a part of the culture. You haven't really fully embraced the culture unless you eat the street food here. And if you want to know where the safest places to eat street food are, generally what you do is you go to where all the locals are getting their street food from. So if you go to where all the locals are, generally the food is pretty good. Robert says, "I like gayang. I don't know what that means. Grilled chicken. Hey, grilled chicken's good for me." They're stuck in Florida. I missed the notification again. That's all right, brother. Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by. Derek C says, "Is PayPal the only way to support the channel? I only ask because I do not have an account set up yet." No, you can super chat, but PayPal works the best. But you can always super chat. In the super chat, you just hit the $ down there at the bottom and type in whatever you want to put in. But setting up a PayPal account really is the way to go, in my opinion. But again, entirely up to you, man. Jim says, "They are allowing the food trailers to set up beside convenience stores and things like that here in Tampa. Just cannot have any tables for people to sit and eat, but they do have to get an essential business permit." That's interesting. Yes, hello, stuck in Florida. We are very, very, very glad you are here. And let me get up real quick and refill my drink. I already had my green juice this morning. I spent an hour trying to figure out how to fix my Facebook on my phone, because that's kind of handy. But I don't have it right now, so it is what it is. Now we're back to this stuff. I love this stuff. I'm not endorsed by it or paid for. It's just, I love it. Good stuff. Ty Z says, "Google won't let me paste the thread about the issue that just popped up, removing the go-to channel option, but it exists." That's interesting. Gomer High says, "So what does your students think about your YouTubing?" Well, the ones that I teach now probably don't know anything about it, but when I was in Rayong, they got a kick out of it just because they knew a YouTuber. Sigma says, "You are from which city in USA?" I was born and raised just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Sigma. Addie says, "Jim Pell been to Tampa in 2009. Love Tampa." Jim says, "Okay, guys, got to run again. Sorry, maybe we'll have another live stream tomorrow night, guys. Make me pay tomorrow night. Contribute if you can. Take care, guys." And that's Jim's way of saying contribute, hit that $100 mark, which really we already got 55 in the 55 in the PayPal already. So we're doing great. I'm loving it. And I very, very, very much appreciate it. Let's see. Derek C says it is almost at the point here that your only takeout option is to slow down as you drive by the restaurant and they just throw the bag at you. That's pretty bad. Prince says, I like that T2. I see a trip to 7-Eleven in my future. Yeah, I go to the little store here and buy about 4 or 5 of them a day. That gets kind of expensive, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Roger says, bye, Jim. Take care. And well, wait, hang on. Stuck in Florida says, since daylight savings time here, I forget it's 10 instead of 9 my time. Yeah, I hate that because I feel like I'm starting too late sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. Roger said, bye, Jim. Take care. And then Jim said, Addie moved here in 2001. It's my home now. That's awesome. Philthos has a general question. Lack of petty biz regulations seem to be one of the great things about Thailand. Given all the regulations started, that's bad, Tay. I hate to hear that. Can't show your comment, but I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. That's pretty bad. Just saying, Tay's just talking about how things are bad in the UK. Do you think there will be more regulations after V is done? Oh yeah, one thing about Thailand, they're always going to be changing things, and just kind of grow accustomed to it. So it's pretty well set that things are going to change, and sometimes they're for the good, sometimes they're for the indifferent. You don't know. DoMoreLife says, Prince, how you doing? You haven't been putting out many videos. Your study's going well. Tazi says, ask your mods how many can now do go to channel. I'll bet no one can, which we all use to verify accounts versus trolls. I don't know. I haven't heard of it, Tazi. I personally haven't heard of it. Raheem, we're talking about policy. Jim says, Derek, setting up a PayPal takes 1 to 2 minutes. To set it up is very simple. All you have to do is link a debit card to your account. They only charge 3%. Super Chat charges 30%. That's right. Derek says, Jeremy, do you teach online because of the current situation, or is that your usual gig? I teach online, and I also teach at a online school. So that's kind of my usual gig. Like there's an actual office I go in and we teach abroad in Thailand. Like we teach kids in southern Thailand, northern Thailand, that kind of thing. Good question. Gilmore Hike says, Ty Z, YouTube must have changed it. Sigma says, do you often visit the Succumbent and that area? Not really. It's nice. Do you visit Mall, Bang, Capib? I don't think I've been there. You'll love it, cheap and nice. Take boat there, Kusan to Mall. I go to Icon CM and get on the boat, and I've taken a boat trip up and down several times. Been to MBK area, been down the Succumbent area. When I used to come before I lived here again, I used to come up and I'd stay at right near Ekamaya, so I could just get on the bus or get on the MRT or whatever and just ride wherever I want to go. Derek C, thanks, Jim Pell. I will set one up so I can start supporting. Cool. Thanks, Derek. Prince says, I'm working with a YouTube coach on both my channels, so I've been holding off posting videos. Good for you. Wilmer Height says more power to you. Stuck in Florida, still making his introductions for sure. So anyway, guys, this was unexpected little turn of events here because of my Facebook situation. I'm gonna have to get that Facebook thing straightened out. Like, I don't know what to do because the email it's attached to doesn't have. I don't even have it anymore. It wants my password and it won't give me a link to find my account. So. Prince says it was a lot easier to make videos when I had a home studio office, but that stuff is back in Tennessee. Sounds like it was. Making videos for me has become mostly live stream, but that's because of what's going around. That's mostly live streaming. And all right, stuck and using the Osmo, DJI Osmo to make little videos here and there. So I'll probably get back on point with that next week. GoMark says, I've got dire news to announce. I ate my last 4 cookies today. Yeah, the 7th seal has been broken. That's pretty bad, man. You were running out of stuff yesterday. That's interesting. Motorbikes and Trikes says, Mr. Jeremy, there's a spaghetti stall on the corner of Soy Diana, and so I've eaten there. Me and myself and Mr. Montelli shared some spaghetti there. I know exactly what you're talking about because there's 2 women that make the spaghetti, and it is unbelievable. Brett, what's up, Brett? Good to see you, man. Very good to see you, Mr. Brett, in the house. Thank you for coming by, sir. Thank you. I hope you are lurking as usual. I hope you caught the beginning of the show, and I really appreciate you being here, man. Thank you. Gilmore Height says, Tennessee in the house. Yep. James says, what part of Tennessee you from, Prince? Sigma says, not a good question, but how much does a teacher make each month in Thai? Usually ranges from about 35,000 to 25,000 starting out. Filtho says, oh, not to be a Debbie Downer, but for anyone who did not hear the news, yeah, we know about Kev, and we've talked about that several times. Eddie says, saw a kangaroo fight an Aussie here for toilet paper. Brad says, sorry, didn't come in at the beginning, just finished feeding the dogs, and I'm feeding my face. I hear you, brother. Nothing wrong with that. We just talked about my cost of living here. I gave an example of it. Talked about, monthly cost of living. Jim put out as he always does, put out a money challenge. And then we talked about Pattaya news, or the news around Thailand. I gave an update on all of that. So that's pretty much the synopsis. Basically, we found out that there's going to be much more of a crunch, or the Thai government is going to really be cracking down on people with this curfew and around Songkran, that kind of thing. They don't want anybody messing with it. Jay, I'll go back and watch the beginning. You can do that. You can do it later, though. It's no big deal. Let's see. Good Mike says, it is bad times in Alabama. I've been out of chocolate milk for 5 days, out of peanut butter for 3, out of pinto beans for 2, out of cookies, and I just opened my last orange juice jug. That is bad, man. Prince says he's from Nashville. I have never been to Nashville, and I will love it. James says, I'm from Clarksville. Ooh, that's close to each other. Beach Barn says, do you talk USA politics with Thais or expats? Never. We don't talk politics on this channel. With expats from time to time, I'll talk politics if they're reasonable and not, super far right or super far left, or, have drawn their own conclusions about people that support people and all that stuff. So no. We definitely don't do it on this channel, though. It's a good question. Ross says, go more high. That is why I stock up on peanut butter. That's a good point. Scott says, I traded 6 packs of toilet paper for 2 rolls of paper towels. Wow. Prince, rural Thailand is much cheaper, but it's rural Thailand. It's okay for an introvert like me. Yeah, I can't do rural Thailand. We found that out. Brett says, all this talk about spaghetti, I'm eating some lo mein. Does that count as a close approximation? Probably. Sigma says, small coconut water, I miss a lot. Yes, me too. The small coconuts taste absolutely actually about the medium-sized coconuts are the best tasting, I think. And I love me some coconut water. Love coconut water. Gomwag says, if you see a kangaroo and don't stop to take a photograph, you might be Australian. Sigma says, how to get a teaching job. I have a playlist I actually have a video on how to get a non-B visa and a work permit. And it's directly talking about teaching. I also have a playlist on how to become a teacher in Thailand. But I will tell you the basic version right now. So you will need to either come to Thailand or line up a job coming to Thailand. You'll come in on either a tourist visa, is how most people do it. And then once you get here, your job will change. I think somebody just wrecked. Hang on, that was a big boom, guys. Did you guys hear that boom? I don't see anything, but that was a big boom. If we hear a lot of sirens here in a minute, we'll know. All right, so teaching job. Apply online from overseas first. That way you can come here with a non-B visa from a consulate overseas. That would be the best way to do it. And then you only have to get your work permit. So if you apply for a teaching job, they'll pretty much tell you everything else for sure. Brett says, yep, heard something go crunch. I don't know what it was, but it was rough. Let me go back up here. Stuck in Florida says, where was I at? Hang on. Let me go back up. I had to catch a comment there, guys. How is it with... It's not too bad, I don't think. Looks like somebody caught that comment. Thank you. Got a couple new faces in here saying some weird stuff, so just be on the lookout, mods. So Sigma, that's about my best answer I can give you right now during the chat. I'm sorry I can't go explain a little bit further. Gilmore Hike says, if you drink Foster's beer and ain't strong enough, you might be Australian. That's so true. Stuck says, Prince, I love rural Thailand. It's where I plan to retire. Gilmore Hike, if you can name more than one Hemsworth brother, you might be an Australian. Are you picking on the Australians, man? Mad Max says, pick on the Aussies. Hey, that's funny. James says, yeah. That was loud. Yeah, I'm glad you guys heard it too. Derek C says, is there a limit for how long you can say to visit without having to get extensions, etc. from immigration? Yeah. So if you're coming from America and if you want to stay 2 months, then get a tourist visa in America at a consulate. That would be my best bet to you. Or you can avoid the tourist visa and you can fly in to Thailand. If you're an American, they'll give you a 30-day stamp, which is a visa exemption. Okay, it's not a visa, it's a visa exemption, but you'll still be in lawful status and you'll have basically the same rights as a tourist visa. You can extend that extension for an additional 30 days once. So each stamp you can extend one time. And that'll give you almost 60 days, almost. So if you want to stay a month and a half, that's probably what I would do. My mouth's getting dry. We don't talk about all those here, buddy. Stick said, yep, that's true. Thank you, Roger. Brent says, JC, have you heard of this place around that hires English tutors? I keep getting their ads on Facebook. Be wary of people that hire tutors, because that's probably temporary jobs, and if it's from, unless it's from like a accredited language academy or something like that, that would be a different story. But if it's like personal, if it's like an agency that hires English teachers to tutor certain students, I'd probably stay away from there. Stick says, okay, no worries, thank you. Gomer Height, Prince, if you got a bachelor's degree, that'd be great side money for you. True. Khan says, how do I get a tourist visa for Thailand from American? You apply for it at a Thai consulate if you're in America. If you come in on a stamp over here in Thailand, then you'll need to go out and go to a consulate in a neighboring country and get a tourist visa. Derek says, same from Canada, likely. Oh, yeah, you're in Canada. That's right. Yeah, Canadians do the 30-day thing, too. Steve says, any knowledge on the Thailand Elite Visa program? Ross has got all that. On the Elite Visa program, it's expensive, and you get a few bonuses with it. But it's like they start out at like a 5-year. It's basically a tourist visa, is what it amounts to, with some perks, with some medical perks and travel perks and all that stuff, concierge and services and that kind of thing. Ross can tell you more about it than I can. Ross says you get a 90-day multiple entry visa from any Thai embassy or consulate in the U.S. Yep, you can do that too. Filtho says, can you apply for a 1-year multi-entry visa while in Thailand on an exemption stamp? Not to my knowledge. Not in Thailand. You have to go outside of Thailand, to my knowledge. Khan says, how much is a Thai visa on arrival? I don't know. I've never used visa on arrival. That would come from, I would imagine it would be the same 1,900 baht that tourist visas are, but I don't know. Visa on arrival is different from a tourist visa, and it's it's not different from, it's a different process, and it's also different from a visa exemption that we were talking about. Gilmore Heights says, I've looked into becoming a teacher. I'm reluctant to take the plunge. It would be a huge change for me. It's good for you though. Pretty cool. Prince says it's the language academy. So do your research on the language academy. Make sure it's legit, and make sure, ask about their turnover rate, and try to do some digging on that. Because if they have a high turnover rate, probably not a good place to work. Probably not. Motorbike says, what do you think of Bangkok 112's channel? I don't watch it, and that's the second time you've been promoting other channels, so peace. See ya. Nobody saw the first one. And my name is Prince says, I don't watch any of those. I got to delete your gotta remove your comment there, Prince. Sorry, bud. Say BG or drinking companion or trainer or something. Filthos, if I were to apply for a 2-month tourist visa in the States, do I have to know dates of travel when I apply, or is it open for 2 months, for any 2 months for a certain period? Unless you get a multiple entry visa, then your tourist visa is going to be good for 60 days in Thailand. I'm not aware of being able to leave on a tourist visa. It's a good question. I don't know that you can do that. What documents are required for Thailand visa from an American? Well, it depends on where it really depends on where you apply at. If you get a tourist visa, they may make you show bank statements to show that you have enough money. Got another PayPal. Look out. To show that you got enough money to support your trip, which I think is like 25,000 baht, something like that. I won't disclose the last name there because he may not want me to, but Mr. James, thank you very much for the $30 contribution. I really appreciate that. And I really, really genuinely appreciate that. That puts us at what? $85? $85 for the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It warms my heart every time that little dinger goes off for PayPal. I appreciate that, James. Yeah, it's a good question, Philthos. You can find that information without, or for certain, you can call Integrity Legal or go to thaivisa.com. Documents required for Thailand from American, you're going to need your passport, all that stuff, the standard issued documents that you would need to travel anywhere else. You may have to have a health check now. I don't know. You may have to provide bank statements. I don't know. I have never had a tourist visa here, so I'm not sure. Prince says, I've been watching this guy. Hang on. Prince says, I've been watching this guy, James, up in Tak, south of Chiang Mai. I like his videos a lot. Okay, cool. I'm not sure who you're talking about. I'll check him out. Go More Hike says, Jeremy, any feeling on the demand for English teachers in the future? Like after times go back to normal, demand goes up or down, do you think? Well, it's got to go up, because, and here's why. Because the one of the high-ranking dudes in education said that, Brett, I love you, man. I just love you, dude. Yeah, you just like, Look at what Brett has done, ladies and gentlemen. I'll cover up his last name. Brett has he matched that, the total, $85. Thank you so much, Brett. That's going to be $170 on the day, and that's an enormous sum of money to come out of pocket with. Really appreciate you, man. Really, really appreciate you, brother. Really, really do. Because you do a lot monetarily for this channel, and I do not forget it. So I thank you very, very, very much. Very much. I don't want to minimize that amount and take away from it, but I'm way behind on comments here. I just want to say thank you, and I genuinely appreciate it. Yeah, so the demand for English teachers has to go up because part of the Ministry of Education were saying that they wanted to hire 2,000 native English speakers right before the CV hit, and then it all kind of fell to the wayside. A lot of teachers that are here are probably going to go back home as soon as they get the chance, or go somewhere else as soon as they get the chance, especially if they're furloughed, laid off, or just don't have a job anymore. So there will be a demand for sure, which makes me happy because I now have 2 years of teaching experience and 2 different kinds of schools. I feel good about my chances of staying here in Thailand. I feel really good about it. Mad Max says you can't handle the truth. The truth. Is that from the movie? Gomor Heights says I'm from American. Roger says link to Thai embassy, all Thai visa info. There you go. Con says, how many times can you enter Thailand with visa exemption? The book says you can do a total of 6 months. You can stay in Thailand a total of 6 months in a year. So you can get, technically with the stamps, you can get a stamp and an extension, a stamp and an extension. My mouth's getting dry. And you can do that for 2 times a year. So, and then with the tourist visas and everything else, you can spend a total of 6 months in Thailand as a tourist person. That's what the book says. Now, there's many different things. Gordon, good morning. How are you down there, bud? Hope everything's good. Tiger King, man, I found out about that guy. Do some research on him, go more hiking, then get back to me. Sigma says, once you enter Thailand on 30-day or 60-day allowed stamp, you can leave Thailand by applying for re-entry permit at immigration. I know you can get re-entry permits on non-B or non-immigrant visas, any kind of non-immigrant visa, but I've never seen one on a tourist visa. However, you could probably you may very well be correct. I don't know the answer to what you're saying. I can't. In other words, I just can't verify it. So if anybody wants to verify that, they can probably go to thaivisa.com. Nope. The exchange rate is better at a TT or a super rich. If they have one at the airport, sure. KJ, what's up, man? Tiger's Bite on anything that smells like sardine oil from the show. Ooh. Mike says, yep, I got the reference. Stuck says, I didn't apparently. Derek C says, quick question about renting places to stay in different places there. Is it smarter to reserve ahead, or can you walk in and find spots? I'm more of a condo person than a hotel. If you're more of a condo person, then it would probably be bet. I'm trying to think if to say better or best. It would be better to probably reserve in advance. I think that would be pretty awesome. Steve says, I found the exchange rate at airport was very close to the city outlets on Succumbent. Only U.S. Embassy I'm aware of is in Bangkok. Take you guys, see you. Okay, KJC, man. Mad Max says movie, yes. I love that movie. Gordon says being trapped in Pattaya is my worst nightmare. Tell us how bad it is, man. Like really, tell me how bad it is about being in Pattaya right now. What are you really seeing that? Oh Lord, more potential scams. What are you seeing on the ground, Gordon? Like how bad is it, man? See, this is the second day in a row that we've had people come into the chat. This con guy or whatever. Yesterday it was somebody else that are asking all the same questions. What city should I visit? How do I get a visa? What can I do? What's the best time of year to go? it's the same questions over and over. So we know we got some trolling going on in here. But I'll keep answering them just as if they're not. January would be my best time. Late December, early January. Good time to come. Prince says, I'm stuck in Pattaya. Oh, you're stuck in Pattaya too. It's not bad. Only thing that stinks is the beach being closed. Yeah, I know that's rough. Sigma says, super rich exchange is best. Either that or the TT. One of the two. They're all pretty good. All Okies are not like exotic Joe, said Roger. That's funny. Mad Max, better go, mate. Thanks again. See you again. Take care, everyone. You too, brother. Take care. Gordon says, same as everywhere else. Really empty streets. Poverty is starting to surface a bit, which is sad to see. And I have a feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better. What do you think, Gordon? And I mean, I'm talking about everywhere. Like, I think the poverty is going to. I think it's going to be a problem. I really do. I think it's going to be a problem. Steve says, are there large monitor lizards walking freely in large Bangkok parks? Yes, there are. If you go to Lumpini Park in Bangkok, you will see large monitor lizards. Derek says, are there any particular sites that are good for finding condos that you can rent by the week, ideally, so I can move around? Go to renthub.com. And then go to Thailand. Gomorrah says, Max in the house. Yeah. I like the fact that he changed his name to Mad Max. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So guys, what an incredible stream, and what a good way to start the day. I appreciate everybody. And as always, Steve says, "Are lizards fearful of people?" They don't. They tend to move away from you, but I tell you, I wouldn't jump out in front of them. James says, "Hope things get back to normal soon. My plan was to visit in July. May have to push it back to December." You might have to. That's true, but December actually is not a bad time to come if you come at the end of it, like after Christmas. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Roger says Agoda. Yeah, you can use Agoda. Derek, you can definitely use Agoda. Gomorite says, Steve, it's more fun if you call them dragons. Yeah, it is. I did. I called them dragons, and they were just monitor lizards. I thought they were Komodo dragons, but they definitely were not. Definitely were not. Hike says, so when it going to get back to normal, Jeremy? Read the tea leaves for us. I can't, man. I can't. I don't know. I thought it was getting better. The numbers look better, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on, to tell you the truth. And I'm not going to jump to any conclusions. I live here. I can't talk bad about anything. Not that there's anything bad to talk about, but I'm unsure of what Thailand's doing right now, and we're just hanging out. So I didn't even realize today was Saturday, or today was going to be Saturday for me until I went to bed last night. So the days are starting to run together, and things are starting to seem what it is, and it's getting kind of boring. Ty says TT was the best I found, but not the one on Orchard Street Beach Road intersection. Yep, that's a good exchange, a good place to exchange money. Fabe says, stay safe and healthy, JC. I will. You too, man. Good to see you in here, Fabe. I hadn't seen you in a while. Komodo dragons are monitors. I don't know, man. I saw I saw pictures of like Komodos in Indonesia, and they didn't look like the ones here. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what it would be. All right, so at an hour and a half, I want to shut it down. I want to say when Scott says you're correct, JC, people living paycheck to paycheck, now suddenly no paycheck. That's right. It's got to be rough. Hike says every day without chocolate milk is just the same to me. No point telling the difference. I hear you, man. But I want to thank my moderators. I definitely want to send a big thank you to those of you who monetarily contributed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Same. I really appreciate you guys. I want to tell y'all that for the family, love you guys. We're going to hide that comment because we don't know what it's about. Brett, good night, buddy. And thank you so much for your contribution, Roger, and James, and anybody else that sent any kind of contribution. I really genuinely appreciate it. Like genuinely. Sigma said, let's see. Randall says, live life more, love life more, peace. Sure. Roger says, worry about the crime rate if this lasts over a couple months. Yeah, definitely, absolutely. That's something that I'm keeping an eye on, because it will inevitably happen if everything stays shut down. Okay, Sigma, thank you. James says, thanks, JC. Till next time, you are very welcome, James. And I appreciate you for your not only contribution, but just for being in the chat and hanging out with us. Appreciate it very much. That was very zen, I know. Thank you to all my moderators. Thank you to everybody who commented or came in the chat and contributed, added value to the chat in any way. I hope the cost of living stuff resonated with you a little bit. We can talk more about that on another live stream if you'd like. or we can talk about it. Maybe I'll make a video about April's cost of living being stuck in the house. We'll see how much I spent on food and that kind of thing. But for now, I'll probably be on sometime tomorrow. I don't know when. Maybe I'll just release a video. I'm not sure. And Go More Hike always likes to add, this channel is dedicated to travel, fun, photography, and education. And that is what we stick to, guys. That is definitely what we stick to. Brett says, I've got to back and watch that no alcohol video you did the other day. Yeah, I can explain that to you real quick. And Bangkok is, you can go back and watch the video because there's plenty of content on it. But Bangkok is said from April 10th to April 20th, there will be no sales. The world is ending. There will be no sales of alcohol here in just Bangkok. So I assume they're doing that to keep people from gathering. So, you know, Stuck says, sorry I wasn't hearing much. My daughter's Stuck, no apology necessary, man. You're always here. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Robert Stuck, Go More Hike, Roger, Richard, and Jim, of course, Jim, for moderating. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But you guys are awesome. Thank you to the actual family members of DoMoreLife. I really appreciate you and love you guys. And whatever you do today, please find a way to do more life. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Love you. Peace.